Hey nerds, so I'm at Hold Shot today, and I'll be completely honest with you, I was far too nervous and just absolutely terrified that I couldn't film my intro before I hit this huge, steep, scary roll in. So I'm doing it afterwards, now that I've calmed down, and as you can see, everything is fine. I didn't need to be worried. So yeah, I was super stressed this morning, woke up pretty early, and all I could think about was just hitting this roll in. I did try it yesterday, but I stood at the top of the landing for 15 minutes, which is far too long. You're gonna get cold, it's just a bit too sketchy to drop in when you're that nervous and when your legs feel like jelly, and obviously you're cooling down pretty quick with each minute that ticks by. So I ended up just calling it yesterday. I'd be like, I gotta get it tomorrow though. So that's all I've been thinking about all last night, all this morning. Got here at 10 AM. I did 2 laps on the pump track and I'm like, yep, ready to go. I gotta get this. Got up to the top and just went for it. Like, didn't want to spend too long up there, about 30 seconds just to get my breathing right, calm myself down a bit, and went for the roll in. And yeah, it was fine, obviously, because I'm fine, look at me. But yeah, I mean, I'll show you why I was so nervous and what exactly was going through my head before I even hit this. But yeah, I was putting myself in a bit of a state, and I think it's because I've just been thinking about doing this for too long and I just worked myself up a bit too much. But yeah, I'll just show you why I was so terrified basically, and I'm just stoked that I overcame those fears and went for it. So that's the roll-in. Obviously it's, you know, steep and sketchy. They built it, I don't know, 15 years ago when they were teens, out of scaffolding, and yeah, obviously it's sturdy because it's held up this long. And yeah, the roll-in is pretty steep. Obviously I have rolled in steeper if you consider the quarters I've done, so that actually doesn't scare me. It's just the fact that it's so open. It's like a narrow sort of roll in and then nothing either side with a pole sticking out. So my fear is that at the top I won't be able to get my foot on, like go a bit wobbly and then like come off the side into nothingness. Obviously that is absolute worst case scenario, but yeah, that was the thing that was playing on my mind. And then when you come down here, as you can see, there's giant balls either side of the lip, and yeah, I was just thinking, you know, what if I get squirrely coming down here and just crash right into this wall? Yeah, the lip actually doesn't scare me at all. It's actually pretty steep, and I think it's 8.5 foot, so it's a very big lip. But funnily enough, this part doesn't scare me. It's literally just this part. And you can see the gap here. It's a decent size. And then we've got nice mulch for the landing. So yeah, the actual jump itself is fine. It's just that thing that's scary. So this is the way up, this rickety old ladder. And you obviously have to carry your bike up this with one hand. And here we go. The wood looks very old. And here we go. This is the top. And that is the roll-in. So yeah, I mean, it is pretty steep, but when I put it into context, I've ridden a lot steeper quarters and stuff, so that's not the scary bit. The scary bit is actually here. So I was worried about this beginning part, which is basically a bike's length. So you've not got much time to put your foot on the pedals and then go for the roll-in. and all I kept thinking about was, what if I can't get my foot on? I go a bit squirrely, I go, you know, I don't go straight down the roll-in and then I crash somewhere either off the side or into the wall. Obviously I can put my foot on a pedal fine. I've done it hundreds of thousands of times, and I do it when I do no footers. My feet just find the pedals, so it's kind of an irrational fear, but because it's such a tight place to start, it was really messing with my head, and that's why I was sat up here for so long, just kind of staring at the roll-in for ages. But yeah, you'll see when I do it, it was fine. There's nothing to worry about, it's all in the brain. Just because I was so nervous, I just thought I'll give myself a little bit of protection, and I was sent this very nice VPD chest and back brace from POC, and that just gave me a little bit of confidence to go for the roll-in, just because I had that little bit of extra protection if anything were to go wrong. So I really appreciate them sending that through, and gave me that little boost that I needed to get through this roll-in. So let's get on with it, shall we?
She's going for it. I thought you almost didn't commit, did you?
I just didn't know how it was going to feel, actually. It was a lot steeper than I was expecting.
But you got a bit too wobbly up top, just so you have to
be
confident.
At top?
Yeah. As you dropped in, like you got on, look at your bar. Yes! Yeah. Nice. Easy.
Whee! It's so not as scary as I built it up in my mind for like months.
Nice. Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that. Just hitting the roll-in for one is a huge achievement for me. I was so scared of this. It was just one of those psychological barriers that I needed to get past, and I'm really pleased that I overcame that fear and went for it. And then tricking it on top of that is amazing. I obviously just did a few little tricks with the, you know, one-handers, the T-bog and the X-up, but I'm really pleased with that. There's only going to be more room for improvement in the future, but I think because I burnt so much energy just being so stressed about hitting it in the first place, I'm like pretty tired now. Stress and that adrenaline rush really does take it out of you. So when I come back feeling a bit fresher, then I can go for these bigger tricks like maybe the no footer. But yeah, I'm just so happy that I can finally relax and just ride this jump, because I've been saying for so long all I want is a good trick jump, but obviously I was just too scared to hit the roll-in. Now I've hit it, I don't need to be scared and I can start doing some tricks. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. Stay safe out there. Happy riding!